York, the police have tightened security ahead of a possible indictment of Donald Trump, the former president, over hush money paid to a porn actress. Trump, who is seeking the Republican nomination for the White House again in 2024, predicted he would be arrested today. On Saturday, Trump urged his followers on social media to protest what he said was his looming arrest. Many of Trump's supporters, however, have opted not to heed to Trump's call, fearing that it may be a trap by the feds and liberal groups. Stormy Daniels, the porn star, says that she had an affair with Trump. She claims the former U.S. president gave her $130,000 before the 2016 election to not discuss the encounter. Trump has maintained that nothing of that sort ever happened, and in 2018 told reporters that he knew nothing about any payments made. If Trump is charged, it would mark the first ever indictment of a former U.S. president. Trump's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, was sentenced to prison for orchestrating hush payments to Daniels and another woman, former Playboy model Karen McDougal. Karen McDougal says that she had a months-long affair with Trump before he took office. Trump says this is all a political witch hunt. He says it's an attempt to take down the leading candidate in the Republican Party. Trump's fellow Republicans have widely criticized the probe as being politically motivated. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Trump's rival for the Republican presidential nomination, said the district attorney was imposing a political agenda. However, he also took a veiled swipe at Trump himself. Take a listen.
I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that.
Trump is facing multiple legal challenges and investigations. Cases include his handling of classified documents and his alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Okay, for more on this, we are joined by Ray Locker. He's an author, journalist, and columnist. He's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Ray, welcome back to WION. Great to have you. So, former President Donald Trump claims that he will be arrested today. A rumor that he started himself. We don't know that this will happen. Actually, there are reports right now from law enforcement that there might be another witness as early as tomorrow. So if there even is an indictment, it might be pushed back to next week. What do you make of all of this and this circus around this case that seemed to have been resurrected from the past all of a sudden by Alvin Bragg here in New York?
Well, Susan, this is Donald Trump writ large. This is what he has done throughout his entire career as a businessman and politician. He says one thing, does another. He says another thing, does the same thing. I mean, he's not consistent. The only consistent thing about him is he's inconsistent. He's basically crazy. He lies all the time. I mean, that's the root of the man. I mean, we saw it every day when he was president. It's consistent with the actions in this case as well.
And what about how Alvin Bragg is conducting this investigation or this possible indictment? Do you think it would make Donald Trump more popular among his supporters and the Republican Party ultimately, considering the fact that, this case just seems very flimsy? On the one hand, it seems charges that are a misdemeanor that's being pumped up to be a felony, and these were charges that the federal government didn't want to touch. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's curious. I don't know all the ins and outs of Bragg's case. I haven't been following it all that closely. I'm not a lawyer. It can appear that way to the untrained eye. I just don't know. The fact is, there's smoke in everything that Trump does. Maybe there's fire there. I mean, Michael Cohen, not the most credible witness, but most of what he said about what he did at Trump's behest has turned out to be true. And he said that he paid off Stormy Daniels because Trump wanted him to. And I'm sure there were some sketchy things involved with the transfer of that money. So, yes, I mean, you can criticize Bragg's case. And if Trump is arrested and indicted, he will have a chance to criticize that in court. That's what the legal system is all about. So we'll see. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be watching very closely. Ray Locker, thank you so much for joining us on WION, and we look forward to talking to you again very soon.
Thank you.